All right, Shalom. I'd like to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect Akim, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make your calling and election sure, as well as hastening the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. Real quick, man. World news right now is how the U.S. just invaded Venezuela. Pretty much flexed on them, man. The U.S. military has the greatest force and power. Definitely the richest military in the earth. And so it wasn't shit for them to go down to South America and just flex on Venezuela the way that they did, man. All right, and they give all these excuses. The main excuse they say is because of drug trafficking. Drug trafficking. All right, and it's like, listen, man. Let's say they were drug trafficking, man. You think the United States of America, hasn't drug trafficked anything? All right. How do you think during the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, the whole drug epidemic, how do you think that whole thing happened, man? How did all that crack and shit get here, man, in America? All right. Cocaine, and how was all these big drug lords that was made amongst Jake, how did they get here, man? All right. They Esau, man. Everything points to Esau, man. Right? Didn't nobody come over here when Esau be doing atrocities here in America, man. Right? When these Edomites when Esau be running psyops on his own people. Nobody from another country comes over here and polices our land and kidnaps our presidents and leaders, right? And throws them in jail. Right? So really it's just like the audacity, man. The audacity. It's like, bro, take care of your people at home. You don't even mind your own fucking business. And I mean, you're not even minding your own business in your own land. You're not even taking care. Look at the homeless rate here in America, man. Right? Just look at America, man. Look at the infrastructure of America. Shit's raggedy as hell, man. Right? They'll be fixing on a freeway for fucking 7 years, man. And the shit still won't be right, man. Here in America, man. Right? People in America don't have jobs. Right? Can't work, feed their family. Esau bullshitting, lying, talking about you can't afford to fund these people with their food stamps and whatever. But you got time to go into other people's land to police their land. So Esau is like the world police. America is the world's police. Come on, man. So anyway, that's the big talk right now, man. But really and truly, everybody's saying this, man. Venezuela is the largest exporter of oil in the earth, and they're saying that America went over there and pretty much the point of going over there was to get their resources, man. Right? Which Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is notorious for that. He's notorious for that, man. That's his MO. All right, everybody knows it. All right. So I got a hella clips that we could just go through and listen to and watch. That'll give us a little insight on what's going on, and then I got a few scriptures.
Welcome to the fucking news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and the U.S. military just carried out a large-scale strike on Venezuela, bombing multiple military sites in and around the country's capital, and reportedly capturing the president, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, who are now being flown to the United States to face charges. Now, this was done completely without congressional approval, and U.S. President Donald Trump will be making an announcement later this morning, which you can watch along with me on YouTube if you'd like. And the official word, of course, has been that this is all related to dismantling the drug cartels operating out of Venezuela, but there's been a lot of speculation about destabilization and forcing a regime change, as well as the U.S.'s interest in Venezuela's oil and minerals. But tell me what you think in the comments, and of course this is a developing story, so follow me if you give a shit.
Alright, you heard it. It says this is why Trump is invading Venezuela right now. All about oil. Venezuela has the world's biggest oil reserve, and America wants it. And you see it at the top of the list. All right. It says percent of global reserves. 18%. All right. So Venezuela's top of the list. Nigeria's at the bottom. All right, then you got Saudi Arabia second, Canada, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Russia, Libya, and Nigeria.
How about we're buying oil from Venezuela? When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. How about we're buying oil from Venezuela?
Hey, you hear them? You heard? They just be telling on their shows, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just telling on itself. So we would have got all that oil. We would have been right next door. Like, come on, bro. This shit is amazing, man. Yeah, man. We'll get into it.
Every morning, the first thought I had today was, Dave, we should see how the war on drugs is going. Seeing as we bombed the shit out of Caracas and the port city of La Guaira last night in Venezuela, perhaps there's some progress. Anyway, here's what the vice president has to say. Now, it's long been known that most of Venezuela's oil gets exported to China. We're currently backing Taiwan. We have a potential deal to sell them weaponry, surprise, surprise, and China's not too pleased with it. They also have a significant amount of mineral exports to Iran. And we all know that Iran is everybody's problem, and they're only minutes away from having nuclear weapons. So what's the real reason that we bombed Venezuela and that we've been hijacking oil tankers off of their coast? For that information, we'll have to go to the president.
They're way all over the place exporting terrorism, not only to every part of the Middle East, but to Venezuela. They're in cahoots with the Maduro regime. You know, they're exporting terrorism to America, to the American hemisphere, and then they want these Hezbollah and Hamas to get their guys into the United States. So Hamas and Iran and its proxies are a threat not only to us, but to Israel, all America's allies in the Middle East, and to America itself. I think we've dealt them devastating blows.
And that just goes to show you how little we all know. I mean, we thought it was about a war against the cartels or perhaps even oil, but it's not. It's Hamas. We're fighting Hamas in Venezuela.
Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, man, Donald J. Trump embodies the pride of America. Okay. Now these Americans, anyway, man, Donald Trump, man, he embodies, when the scriptures say, thy pomp is brought low. Hey, man, this is the America, these Edomites, and they are very fucking pompous, man. From the richest ones to the poorest ones, man. The poorest Edomites, man, they got a lot of audacity. All right. A lot of audacity. All right. To speak like that, man.
The United States carried out strikes inside Venezuelan territory for the first time amid months of escalating tensions. Explosions rocked Venezuela's capital, Caracas, accompanied by the sound of aircraft overhead and thick black smoke rising across parts of the city. Explosions were also reported in the states of Miranda, Aragua, and La Guaira, according to the Venezuelan government. U.S. officials have confirmed that American forces carried out the strikes, but provided no further details. President Nicolas Maduro has declared a national state of emergency. mobilizing defense forces and accusing Washington of bombing both civilian and military installations. Caracas claims the attacks are part of a U.S. attempt to seize Venezuela's oil and mineral resources. In recent weeks, Washington has deployed an aircraft carrier, warships, and advanced fighter jets to the Caribbean, while tightening sanctions and informally restricting Venezuela's airspace. President Donald Trump has repeatedly warned of possible ground operations, urging Maduro to step aside and accusing him of running a drug trafficking network.
Yeah, man. So, hey, we get the point, man. All right. This is Matthew 24:6, and this is only going to escalate the prophecy of World War III, all right, which will be fought with nuclear missiles. Okay, it's in Matthew 24:6, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. But we understand before World War III can be fully take place, man, the mark of the beast has to be established, man, and in full effect. All right, people got to be getting chipped over here, and hey, man, that's what's got to be going on. That's the order of prophecy. So it goes the implementation, the mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast, and then World War III, right, which encompasses the return of Yahushua, who's going to return during the time of World War III. All right. Then you go here, man. Just giving the scriptures has the characteristics of Esau written down to a T, man. All right. This is Habakkuk 2. All right. I'm going to start at verse 4. It gets straight to the point. It says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Okay. And the spirit of these Edomites, man, are very prideful, man. American government, very prideful. American military, prideful. It says, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. See? Neither keepeth at home, man. All right? All over in other people's land trying to police what the fuck they got going on, man. And you're not even policing your own land correctly. Okay? You got your hand in everybody's pot, man. And honestly, man, no one likes a guy like that, man. People despise a guy like that, man. A guy who's always having his way. All right? A guy who's always winning. Hey, hey, look at this is totally unrelated, but the point I'm making is a guy like Drake, man. All right, you take a guy like Drake who's been running hip hop since 2009. He's been at the top since 2009, man. All right, and then you just had 2024, I think. Yeah, it was 2024, man, where everybody that was a rapper, it seemed like, was against this guy, man. All right? They was against him. It was like, all right, man, we tired of you. All right, we want to see you gone, man. All right? People who the guy thought was his friends. All right? America is going to be the same way, man. All right? All of America's allies, they're going to turn on America, man. They're going to be against this place. All right? They tired of seeing, it's just the audacity, man. All right? Bombing someone's land is one thing, but kidnapping their president and his wife, bringing them to your land and saying how you're going to hold them on charges and all of this, man. All right, then you're going to go and pick who you want to rule that land because they're going to rule in favor of what you want. I think they call that a coup. Yeah, man, that's it's just the audacity, man. These other nations are getting tired of it. Okay? It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, man. Esau has an insatiable appetite, man. Okay, these rich elite banking families, they own everything, man. Everything. Right? We get the crumbs. And they're still not satisfied, man. Okay? If the Lord were to allow them to set up their new world order and to be successful in it, which he's not, but if he were to allow them to, they wouldn't be satisfied with that, man. Okay? It says, enlarges whose desire is hill and is at death. Okay. I'm going to read it again. Yea, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? Oil reserves, mineral resources, right? Greedy, man. People don't like someone like that, man, who just always having their way, man. Whether you having your way the right way or you going about it taking it, man. People don't like that, man. People just don't like to see that type of thing, man. And these other nations are fed up, as I said before. Okay. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? Okay. And so, yeah, man, how long? This shit almost over with, man. Esau about to get his judgment, you know? So, hey, man, moral of the story is, hey, man, these other nations, they gonna come together, man. They gonna fuck this place up. All right? They gonna come together and they gonna fuck this place up, man. They gonna shoot missiles on this place, man. That's the end all be all for this place, man. All right? Let's go here. Obadiah 1. Obadiah 1 and verse 1, it says, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord. And that rumor that you're hearing from the Lord is spoken by way of the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Right? And an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Okay, we're the ambassadors of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. And these nations, hey man, that's the spirit that they're about to take on. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised, man. And it's because of shit like what they just did last night, what America just did last night, the reason why it's greatly despised. Okay? It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, which just explains Esau's habitation. Okay? Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, man? Right? And Trump has that type of pompous, prideful attitude. Okay? It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right? What's America's bird? The eagle. Okay? It says, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, right? The satellites and all of that, man, that they send out of space or into the atmosphere, because they've never been out of space. Okay? It says, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? It says, would they not have stolen till they had enough? So if a thief came and broke in your house, man, they only gonna come and take what they need, really. What's valuable unto them, man. At some point, they'll be like, oh, that's enough. Right? But Esau, man, Esau gonna break in your house, right? He gonna come in and steal your valuables. He gonna come back, steal the fucking house, steal your plumbing and your pipes and all of that, right? Then he gonna say, come back and steal the house. Then the house ain't enough, man. He want the land that the house sits on. Then then the land ain't enough. He want the resources that's sitting under the house. Whatever, the dirt that's sitting under. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's never satisfied, man. All right, so there's a judgment for that, man. And the judgment for that, okay, is going to be ICBM nuclear